Shovels.
Spoons.
Rusty spoon.
Rusty spoon. I like the way they taste.
Gross.
It was a gross animation.
Well, after various different technical issues, we're now here for this week's episode of Reflex Save. Does everyone remember what happened last week on Reflex Save?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
Séance.
No,
We went to the library.
That was one of the things that happened. Yeah, initially you had just finished a fight on the East Haven ferry with a bunch of Durgar. You'd captured one alive and then restrained him and tried to get some information out. He was asking then for an honourable death, which you decided not to give him necessarily.
We kind of
had it embarrassed ourselves.
You tried to kill him without letting him fight and defend himself.
Twice.
But missed in some cases.
Just didn't have it in me.
After a brief scuffle where he eventually did die, you then burned the bodies and dropped them over the side of the ferry.
the perfect crime.
From there, you then made your way to the East Haven Library, where you spent pretty much the rest of the day, in fact, doing some research. Looking for books that you all sort of have different interests in mind for you.
That's right.
And getting library cards for virtually everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we all signed up, yeah.
Wodun became a nerd.
Wodun became a nerd out
I'm
of...
a nerd.
Under protest, I think, was the...
Not proud of it.
We met the lovely Nene.
We did
Ray.
Nere, the librarian.
Had a crack. Failed dismally.
Yes, well...
Didn't know I was having a crack until after I'd had a crack.
And then from the library, so you found some information. There was a little bit of information that the librarian would then look for you. You then made your way to the White Lady Inn. Upon entering, you found there was a bard essentially performing on stage, who then popped up and started to address you when you were looking for a room or two for the night, and decided to give you a discount based on the fact that you had joined them for a séance that they were conducting later on that evening.
How big was the discount?
You guys would have already surely taken it off of your character sheets when I asked.
Yeah, sure.
How big was the what, sorry?
Discount.
Discount.
It was significant.
Yeah, it was pretty big. I think it was like a gold per room instead of like 6 gold per room.
Or it might have even been silver.
Yeah, it was brought down to silver, I think.
Yeah, I think it was like maybe 5 silver initially, and it's gone down to 2 or something like that.
Yeah. It's alright. Figure it out later.
That's okay. So, what's happening right now then is you're standing there, still at the reception of this inn, and you've got the halfling bard Ronaldo actually standing on the tabletop, sort of addressing you guys, and you can see he's got this massive grin from ear to ear, and you've just finished having this conversation about the séance and the rooms when, from behind Ronaldo, this giant man steps out from behind into the reception area, and he's bald, and he's wearing just pretty common clothes, and he's standing there with his arms on his hips, and he goes, "What are you doing up here, Ronaldo?" And Ronaldo then sort of stiffens as he's being addressed. "I was just trying to help." And he just picks him up by the back of the shirt and turns him to him. "Are you bothering my customers?" No. I was just helping, I don't want to. And he just sort of shrinks down. It's like he just sort of shrinks into his own clothing, almost like he's all balled up. And the man then looks at you, still holding Ronaldo by the collar. And he goes, "I assume Ronaldo has sold you beds for the night."
At a discount.
"Oh! At a discount!" And he looks back
discount.
at Ronaldo. Hey, no, it's okay. Look, I was going to give you the money, and I was going to cover their costs, okay? Because it's just being polite. And then the man holds out his hand, and Ronaldo places the silver that you gave him before, and he rummages in his pocket and places down a few more. The man looks at it and sort of just tosses it in the air a bit and catches it. And he places Ronaldo down beside him. And he goes, apologies for that. And sometimes Ronaldo gets a bit excited and does things beyond himself.
How tall is this man?
He's probably just over 6 feet, maybe 6'2". Very broad shoulders. He looks like if he wasn't like, he doesn't look like any kind of adventurer or anything like, or a soldier or anything, but he looks like he works with like a lot of weight, like he carries a lot of stuff day to day. And he looks at you and he says, sorry, my name is Bardaban. I am the proprietor of the White Lady Inn.
What does that make Ronaldo?
Ronaldo is the bard that we keep around to entertain guests. He's a friend of mine, I'll say. Sometimes he likes to think that he runs the place.
Does he often hold seances?
Seances? And then you see Ronaldo's like backed into a corner. Are you doing that shit again? No. Hey, look, don't worry about it. And he's like, I told you! Stop that crap, you're going to scare customers away. Looks like you've been paid for 2 rooms for the evening, is that correct?
I think it was 3.
3?
That's right.
Shh, guys.
He turns to Ronaldo. No, 2. They said 2. He turns to you guys again. You'll forgive me for not attending to you right away, sirs and lady, but the payment has been for 2 rooms. If you would like a 3rd room, it's fortunate that we still have some available for the night, but I would need some additional silver.
I think 2's fine. Thank you, though.
Right. And he turns and he opens a cupboard behind him that was locked, so he unlocks it, and there's just rows and rows of keys. He picks out 2 and gives them to you. They're your rooms upstairs to the left. Got 2 rooms side by side, luckily enough.
Are the rooms animal friendly?
Animal friendly. Why?
I gesture towards Otto and Dogcliff that are right beside us.
He leans over the reception counter and looks down. It's like, huh. Well, there is some space that we normally keep for kennel dogs. Will they be okay out there?
Yeah, should be okay.
Is Otto going to eat the other dogs?
I was just about to say, is that owlbear going to eat the other customers' dogs? Because that's not okay.
Oh, it's not okay?
That's not okay.
If you give both of them sausages?
Sausages.
It's either sausages or someone's bitch.
Well, yeah,
You're
that's
gonna
true.
need
yeah,
You're going to
Generally
need to
speaking.
pay for the sausages.
Oh, yeah, that's okay.
Someone's bitch.
Either sausages or
Not
someone's.
an incorrect way of phrasing it.
However, if you're not willing to pay for sausages, I will have to insist that they do not stay here.
I said yes to sausages.
Okay. And he looks at you, like squints at you.
How much are sausages?
Good quality sausages.
Please don't be a gold.
5 copper pieces and I can give you half a link.
What?
That's like 6 sausages.
That's
That's like links of 12.
It's pretty good.
That's
yeah.
a lot of sausage for your $1.
We don't have a whole lot of sausages left, to be honest. It's not easy to get the meat.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we can provide knucklehead trout for days.
I
No.
was about to say, you somehow get like a knuckleheaded trout sausage.
I was legitimately thinking about it, to be honest.
I'll pass him 5 copper.
All right. Well, get your animals out to the kennels and we'll sort them out.
I'll meet you guys in the room. I hope.
We'll see you there.
Thanks for sorting out the animals, Svieta.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yes.
Does Ronaldo have any sort of exclusive playing rights at the inn?
Are you asking? You're asking? Well, he's been here for a long time. Although, he looks down at Ronaldo. Maybe another bard would be a good change of pace. And Ronaldo sort of just shrinks away. It's like, no, it's okay. You don't need to do that. You don't need to do that. I got it. No more seances. Right? Yeah?
But Ronaldo, we came all of this way specifically for your seance. I mean, we've come from far and wide because we heard you run the best seances.
And Ronaldo is like looking just over the counter. He's
Well,
and the proprietor now looks a little bit like just tired of the whole thing. And he's like, if there's not anything else, I've got other things to attend to.
have we had dinner?
Yeah, I was going to say, speaking of tired, what time of the day is it?
It's coming into late perpetual evening.
Wasn't it 5?
Yeah, it was around. Yeah, so it's coming into the evening. So
Okay, so it is close to dinner.
and it gets dark early here in the Dale as well. So yeah, 5's probably coming into the evening here.
Well,
I'm fairly hungry. I'm not sure about you guys.
always
I
hungry.
mean, we got sausages for the dog and the bear. Why not sausages for us?
Sausages for the humans. Wait. The adventurers.
Adventurers.
You gotta be careful.
2 copper each, and I can do you some adventurer's gruel, they call it.
Knuckleheaded trout, isn't it?
There's a lot of knucklehead trout in it.
What about for more than 2 copper?
You can get fancy gruel.
Without knucklehead trout?
20% less knucklehead trout.
Do you have any eggs?
Yes, we could do eggs.
I'll have some eggs.
I'll throw it into the gruel.
Please no. I'd rather have them raw.
Right. Is that 4 gruels, 1 with eggs to the side? You got 1 fancy gruel? 4 copper
Do you
pieces.
get Uber Eats here? What's in range?
Yeah, but it's 4 gold per delivery. It's
Yeah, that
ridiculous.
sounds about right. It'll take 45 minutes.
Yeah, and it's cold when it
Don't have
gets
I've
there.
got a séance to get to.
I'm back.
Welcome.
We've
It's
literally
better
just
than
been talking about sausage.
re-emerges.
Oh, did they do gruel surprise?
Oh, you want the gruel surprise? Adventurous one. Never know what could be in it. It's probably knucklehead trout.
I'm okay with that.
All right.
I'll just take a regular gruel.
All right, 2 copper pieces each. And do you want it now or do you want it delivered to your rooms later?
Now, please.
All right.
Hey, can somebody spot me?
Alright.
Yes, of course.
Some
much-
scallywag ran off with me gold.
I'll
How
spot
much
you.
was his gruel?
It was
Thanks,
2 copper
Will.
pieces.
Carnelian will just,
Oh.
slide a silver piece on, reach up, slide a silver piece onto the counter. 2, 4, 2, 2.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, no, that's 10.
Oh, and how much for the eggs?
2 copper pieces to make them
I'll
even silver.
put 2.
No, 1 silver will do.
1 silver is the 2. Wait, did we getting a fancy gruel or a regular?
Is someone getting a fancy gruel?
Nah, it's the regular.
Okay,
grill.
so yeah.
Oh,
So 1 silver piece.
That's it.
Yeah, 1 silver piece will cover it.
Thank you, Carnelian.
Yes. Thank you, Carnelian.
All right. And
Oh,
he,
did you cover everyone?
Yeah.
Oh,
It was only a silver piece.
I'm putting my bloody covers back there.
So you say that, and Horatio couldn't afford it?
well, he did get pickpocketed on the way into town.
Oh, true!
He has no money right now.
I don't
have
think
nothing.
yeah.
I don't need it. I just have Callan. That's fine.
Eat your faith.
I love
Have
the
you
library. The
considered-
books are free.
Have you considered maybe just finding someone else and stealing their wallet? It's apparently the dumb thing around town.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, that makes sense, but I'm not sure if I'm a thief. I was raised to be anything but.
Ooh, that could be fun, though. We could go out tonight, maybe pick some pockets, get you some money back.
I'm not sure if I'm down with this.
A light bit of thievery.
Actually, we probably do want to keep away from the town's guard. They seemed a little bit corrupt and violent.
Yes, and I don't think they'll settle with theft if they catch you. They might add on 1 or 2 more charges if you get my drift.
So by this point, Bardaban has turned around and he's left the
Bardaban.
reception. So you're free
Bye,
to...
Bardaban.
That's a fun name to say.
It is
It is.
Bardaban. You're free to sit in the common room. So there's this big common area that sits below where all of the rooms are up top. So you have to go upstairs. But there's this big common area below with a stage, and you can pick out an empty set of seats if you want.
Are there other people in here?
There's a few others. They were listening to Ronaldo earlier. They're just sort of in their own little spaces. They don't seem to be eating or anything, or anything like that. Maybe it's too early for them, or perhaps they're not going to be eating here. But you sit down, and within a few minutes, you get Bardaban comes by again and just places these bowls in front of you, and one of which has a couple eggs to the side.
Thanks, Bottleban.
You're welcome.
Smells
Moves off.
smells like food. I can tell you that.
It has a very distinctly fishy texture. Fishy smell, I should say.
You're the man, Bardaban.
Stupid.
I feel like you're making fun of my name, but
Not at all. Did you make it the gruel yourself?
no, I outsourced it.
Oh, it must have been a truly grueling task.
You're a funny one.
I'm working on it. It's a work in progress.
No, I think it's great. Sometimes we have open mic night here on Friday nights.
You know,
Maybe you should come along sometime.
I would love that. I think it might be time to test my skills.
I think you do pretty good. Hey, that was a pretty solid joke just there. I don't know what any of your friends are not laughing about. That's fantastic.
Thanks, Bard. Thanks, Bardaban. I think you really get me. Thanks.
Yes, and anything to replace Ronaldo. And he just sort of turns around and just walks away. And then a few minutes later, if you guys are starting to eat some of this gruel, a little halfling head pops up over the table, and it's Ronaldo. He's like, "Hey guys, look, okay, I don't own the White Lady yet, but I'm still doing that séance later on tonight. You guys still in?"
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Who are you trying to contact?
Shh. Keep your voice down.
Who are you trying to contact?
I don't know. What's in the deal?
The spirit of the White Lady. They say that she roams these halls at night. When I call out to her, it says she knows things. I haven't been successful yet, but last time we were really close. We just need some people. You guys seem like you could be the right kinds of people that would draw her out, you know? You look like stout adventurers. Surely you've got abilities, powers, right?
Did you know that our good friend Horacio here is actually a priest of Callan,
What?
Lord of the Dead?
What?
It's true.
What? You're kidding me. This is absolutely great fortune. Okay, you guys got to be in, right? I covered most of your rooms.
Actually, that's a good point. He did cover most of our rooms.
I think the very least we could just participate. What makes you think, Ronaldo, that we would be able to bring something that you otherwise couldn't?
You're a cleric. A cleric of Kalemvor. I mean, I knew the look of you guys walking in, you were different, right? Like, you're not just normal people running about. You just have an air about you, you know?
Can I do a roll to see if he's being genuine?
Yeah, you can do an insight. Yeah, for sure.
Oh, 5 on the die. 10.
He seems excited from what you can tell, but you can't read anything more into that.
So his enthusiasm's genuine, I'll give you that.
So, you're contacting her because you intend to ask her things, ask her information. Is that what you were saying?
Look, I like to think of myself as sort of like an amateur ghost hunter, you know? I've been to quite a few places in Icewind Dale and across the 10 towns that are supposedly haunted. Sometimes you get some cool things that happen, but the White Lady is famous here in East Haven. I've always come back here, even after traveling and going to the other places. I've always wanted to bring the White Lady out. There's a song. there's a song about the White Lady, about how her rich husband drowned here on the loch, and that she knows where the treasure was buried. It's really, really a good tale. I should sing it for you sometimes.
How about right now?
Oh!
I'd love to hear it.
Okay, well, yes, but maybe not right now, because if Bardaban sees me singing it, he'll know what's up. So
long as he doesn't hear you singing it.
How about a poetic retelling? Without the music.
Well, look. Okay. And he launches into this tale that concerns a lady in white that was married off to a rich noble of East Haven back in its boomtown heyday.
Boomtown.
And then the story about their love and their romance and their tryst is sort of like building and building and building until the tragedy of the poem culminates in the husband dying, drowning on the lake. The story continues that the husband was obscenely rich from wherever he either got it from his family or however he built it. This fortune was said to have been something that he almost personally carried with him everywhere. And the poem goes into detail about how that wealth was what capsized his boat and sent him sinking into the river. Then the widow was said to have, in her grief, taken her own life on the lake, in the spot where the boat went down. Sometime in a winter when the lake had frozen over, she'd walked in and unfortunately committed suicide. Now the stories abound that she's seen out on the lake, and near. The rumor is that it's near where the husband drowned and where the treasure could be found. And the White Lady Inn is one of the places where she's often seen or said to be bound to as well. Although none can really say why. Some of the rumor portends that where the husband and wife met was the White Lady Inn in days gone by. Mm. So he finishes this tale of sort of grief and woe about treasure and tragedy. And when he finishes, he seems genuinely like he's let off this huge weight almost on his shoulders. He looks exhausted. He's been talking probably to you for a good solid 20, 30 minutes.
Question.
Yes.
So you wanna figure out where this treasure sunk?
Well, I mean, that's what most people want to ask the White Lady. I mean, that would be nice, but to be honest, I just want to call her out. You know, like, it's such an exciting thing to...
Insight.
Sure.
19.
Your assessment is that, along with genuine excitement, the way he talks seems to be less focused on the details about the treasure and more about the story of these two people.
Mm.
So either he's hiding it very well, or he does seem genuinely like the treasure doesn't concern him, and he's just in it for the White Lady to do it.
Ronaldo, I find your passion for this contagious, and I am very excited for tonight, personally.
Great. All right. Well, look, initially, I was going to have the séance down here, but now the Barnaband's caught wind, we're going to have to actually have it in my room instead. So he gives you the details of where his room is. A couple other guests I've managed to also convince as well that, should be a little bit of fun. But if you can get there around midnight, I think, well, maybe get there a little bit before. Say 20 minutes or so. Because, I mean, there's power at that time. That's when Auril's out.
There's wine and cheese? Is that why we get there early as
Is that
well?
a charcuterie board?
Well, I would spend a bit of money on that, but I kind of just paid for a lot of your rooms. So I can't really... Look, I'll try to put on some cheeses. Maybe some crackers. What do you like, jats?
I love jats.
Maybe I can get jats. I'm pretty sure I can get jats.
Cheese in a séance?
Oh yeah, a little bit of cheese, a little bit of séance. How about some? Okay, all right. I'll break into my personal stash. I've got a bottle of wine that I've squirreled away. We'll have some cheese, we'll have some wine, and we'll have some ghosts. Yeah.
Okay.
What do we wear?
The most paranormal holy thing that you have.
Sveta, can I borrow some of your clothes? Just joking.
Oh, I was going to offer you something.
I don't know. Look, I've done this a few times. Symbols of power. I mean, a cleric of Kalemvor, I'm sure your holy symbol will be fantastic for this. But if you've got any other totems, symbols of gods or anything like that, I'm sure it's going to help.
What about a block of incense?
Oh, that'll do. Oh, yeah.
This is big old dusty
What
rock.
about this?
Yeah.
Well, you've got some incense.
Cubic foot of incense.
Holy shit. Okay, great. That'll be perfect. I had a couple of things of incense, but this is going to be perfect. Can you bring that with you?
Yes. I mean, I also have a sensor to spread it.
Okay. All right, you need to get there at least 40 minutes beforehand.
How much coverage do you need?
Just
5G of it.
look, I want this to go well. All right, this. I feel like this is the best chance of calling the White Lady that I've got. So
That's a lot of censorship.
I mean, do they spell it like...
Bartleman in the back goes, ha!
Do they spell it
Got
like
it.
WIGHT?
What?
Like white?
Who spell?
The White Lady.
The white
Oh
lady.
no,
It's the colour white.
No, he says white as in the color. Okay, so if that's the case, is there anything else you want to ask Ronaldo before he leaves? I gotta let all the other guests that I've convinced know that it's gonna be in my room now.
Yeah, by all means. I've got to do a little bit of prep. Yes. Do you want me to come early to do some censorship?
Yeah. Let's do a little bit. Let's do a little bit of censorship early.
Okay.
I've got some black bars I can put across all of the really rude stuff, and we'll get going. Just around midnight is when I want to start because there's power in the air. Then it's perfect. Thank you. Well, sorry, I cannot tell you how excited I am. I'll see you tonight. Hey,
See you then, Ronaldo.
Yeah, see you.
hops back, and you see him sort of like wander to a couple other groups, and he's obviously talking to them as well.
Guys, we are 100% going to a swingers party tonight. You realise that, right?
I need to get something.
At least it'll smell good. What do you need?
How much do you reckon, from your medical point of view, how much of the bodies that we burnt is like fully burnt? Do you think their hands would have survived?
Depends on the heat of the flame and their proximity to it. I mean, if the entire body ignited, there's a chance something may not be left, but there is the possibility of extremities surviving.
Might be good for a seance.
I really hope that's true. I don't know.
You said it with such confidence.
Well, that's what got me through med school.
Yeah. Or
Confidence.
Confidence is key.
Medical
You wanna-
knowledge,
You
secondary.
want to look for some Durga finger bones?
the whole hand.
I feel like because of the ambient temperature, the flame would have subsided rather quickly. So perhaps the majority of the corpse would have been reduced to ash, but perhaps you may find a digit or even a hand.
Well, I mean, it was alchemist fire.
No, it was a bonfire. It was magical bonfire, wasn't it?
Didn't someone
It was
talk about
alchemist.
Oh, it was alchemist
no,
fire.
fun.
Okay.
Yeah, the good stuff.
Oh, now you're talking. Maybe not.
Yeah, that would have covered it in like
It's like a
in the
phosphorus.
fuel, and then just,
Yeah.
Phosphorus.
Well, actually, you wouldn't know offhand, Horacio, but do you know where like a morgue might be?
We corpse hunting?
Well, I just feel a seance really needs like a body part.
We could check where they burnt that red wizard. That was just normal fire. And
Yeah.
he might have some cool wizard shit that we could use.
That's a really
like
good
an
idea.
amulet or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I like
He
that.
might have some cool weird shit.
You know what, though? He may be under watch, so I am all for this, but we need to exercise caution.
the worst part about this is they're probably not wrong. He probably did have some cool wizard shit.
Well, okay.
One corpse, please.
All right. So what do you guys want to do? You've got a couple hours before this seance starts.
Do you reckon we've had like a short rest?
You can get a short rest. You're wanting to get your wild shapes.
Hell yeah, I do.
Yeah, look, by the time you have actually, you spent a lot of time at the library, surely there would have been some breaks in there. I'm going to say you have the equivalent of a short rest. Is all.
Didn't stop, can't stop, keep read. Always read.
100%
A
read.
sheen of sweat.
Oh,
So much reading.
that good old read sweat.
There's an idea for inspiration for art. Can't stop,
Yeah.
won't stop, and like sweating, and there's a book in front of me.
Like the
He's
ink
just
dripping
taking-
off the page.
He's just got like some like Svieta or Wodun from the side with a cloth, just tapping it like a nurse.
Oh yeah.
I'm calling for a
Carnelian's like
pat down.
prestidigitating away the sweat.
One's dabbing, one's feeding him.
Yeah.
And you look down, and it's just literally a book.
Yeah,
It's not.
that's it.
It's not a surgery.
Well, I would propose going to where the red wizard was burnt.
Yep.
Yes.
I specifically do want a hand, but we'll go from there. Do you reckon they'll still keep his body out for so long?
I mean, it's a stretch, but who knows? I mean, it's a strange practice, so who knows what else they do.
They don't burn the bodies in Baldur's Gate?
Do they burn the bodies in Baldur's
I
Gate?
don't think they do.
Okay, so as you guys walk out of the White Lady, and immediately out in front of you is like, because it points out to the docks, right? You can see literally the set of docks that you were in at this morning, and already right at the end of the dock. So you've got 5 docks that sort of are in front of the White Lady, all spread out to your left and right, and the very long dock that then has a corner that then cuts out into the middle of the lake and has the East Haven ferry. You can see in the distance some lights that are on the dock there. So potentially, if you want to go out there, there may be someone out there. But you turn on the road immediately to your left and come down some of the main road until you hit the center. From there, if you swing a right and get towards the edge of town, so back to where you came in on the east way, you can eventually find the stake where the Red Wizard was executed. Right now, I mean, there's people about. Not a lot of people. Like all of this, any places where you pass that had market stalls are all closed. Most people that are doing their business now are either heading to a tavern, heading home. You can see some night fishermen that have come in and from the lake, and not on boats, but like they're obviously just bringing all their stuff in from walking out to the lake, punching a hole through the ice, and then fishing. So you can see like the last of them have as you leave the dock area, are coming in and just sort of like sorting out different things, and they look like they're securing themselves for the night. You eventually get to the stake, and what you find is most people aren't. There's not a crowd anymore like there was this morning, and you can see the stake itself has been mostly burnt, but it's still holding where it was, and you can see a pile of ash on the ground where it is.
Nobody.
No body, but I mean, you can take a look at it if you want.
Before we approach, can I just have a quick look around for security or anyone watching?
Sure.
I was going to do the same thing.
Perception checks.
Okay.
14.
21.
Boom.
Nice.
Boomtown.
Nice.
Okay.
Come in.
You don't see anyone.
I feel like I had a pretty good look. I couldn't see anyone.
I also could
For what it's worth.
All right.
All right. Perhaps, Svieta, you could go have a look, and I could maybe a couple of us could stay on watch.
All right. I will roll for a casual saunter over.
Casual saunter?
Good Mr. DM.
Yep.
Would you allow me to carry over my role to maintain watch?
So you're just going to hang back and take a look, right?
Just keeping an eye out while she approaches.
Okay. And for a casual saunter, are you looking for a stealth roll here?
Yeah.
Or are you trying to do... Well, you could do a few things. You could do deception to make it look like you're not trying to go there. And you could do athletics to sprint past and take a quick look. You could do...
I'll be real with you. They're all going to be pretty trash.
Yeah,
so
it's giving you multiple options. How do you want to
look, I'll stealth.
Okay. So you're trying to make sure you're not seen heading there.
Yeah.
You got to believe.
Like a tourist, just like looking around at the buildings.
Just like even more conspicuous. Look at here.
What's happening?
Perhaps we could also have Carnelian set up a show as a distraction a little bit away
What a good idea.
to assist with the stealth thing.
This frankly middling roll.
Alright. Let's see what Carnelian can do.
All right. So are you going to set up a show somewhere nearby? Like near enough by?
Does Carnelian have a hat or something that he puts down for coins and
He
things?
does have a hat, but he doesn't put it down.
Okay. Well, I'm going to find, I don't know, a rock or something on the side of the road and cast light on it and throw it towards your feet so you're like illuminated and looking majestic and performance-y.
For a moment I was thinking, is there a rock nearby? Oh, look, a rock!
So Carnelian's going to head over to like the side of a building that's like away from where they're going to be doing.
Close enough, but away because you're trying to pull focus, right?
And I'm going to make a cast of Prestidigitation.
Okay.
So specifically, color small mark symbol appear on an object or surface for 1 hour. So we're going to have a like large colorful display spring up along the side of the wall, and he'll pull out his viola and start playing.
All right. I want you to make me a performance check. This is going to modify whatever Sveta's stealth roll was.
That is a 22.
22.
Damn,
Okay.
boy.
So first up is I'm just going to make a roll. Don't worry about it too much. Okay.
I'm worried.
Sveta,
Hello.
I'd like you to make your roll at advantage. So whatever you've already rolled, that stays.
Yep.
Because you already rolled, right?
Yeah, It was halfway.
Okay. So I want you to roll again.
Yes! 22 with a nat 20.
Okay.
Can't beat it. It's
yeah.
impossible. Don't even try. Are you serious?
That was close.
Gross.
You make me
Yeah, gross.
Okay.
Nat
22.
20.
Thanks, Carnelian.
Yeah, there you go.
Whatever you're doing, it's working.
I hope I found a spell book. Oh no, that would have probably burned up.
As Svieta is making her way to the stake, so she's doing her best. She's sticking to like the shadows, and she's taking a sort of longer route and making it not obvious. Horatio, you notice from an alleyway across from where you are, just like you didn't see it before, but you see the shadow shift as if someone's standing in the alleyway. And as that happens, you are about to say something or do something, but then they step out of the alleyway and they look like they're looking towards Carnelian.
Okay.
But there was someone there, and there was someone watching.
So it looks like Carnelian's got their attention.
It looks like he has. And you can see from this distance, it looks like Town Watch.
Ooh. I won't say anything because I think I don't want to make noise to alarm them to try and tell Svieta. But, as long as they're keeping an eye on him, I'm not going to do anything.
Well, yeah, so at the moment, right, their eyes are on Carnelian, but if that stops, you'll know.
Okay, yep.
Okay. Svieta, you've made your way to the Red Wizard's execution site.
Yep.
What would you like to do?
I am going to make this as good as possible, and I'll shift.
Does that make a sound?
No.
Yeah, just a little.
The hair isn't noisy. Like, it's just... yeah, my...
Okay, so you shift.
Yep. And I'm going to roll a perception check with both sifting through it, like the ash, and just, like, looking with my eyes, obviously. For preferably body parts.
Okay.
But if there's anything else,
Sure.
that would be pretty great.
Yikes.
Suboptimal. Look, it's a 9.
9. Okay.
For those listening at home, she rolled a 2 and a 3.
All right. What I'll say is you're sifting through, and right now you don't find anything quite of value. You're shifting your way through. You think you feel a couple of things, but you're not able to pull anything out. So I'm now going to do another roll for the guard that was in the corner. Carnelian, I'd like you to do another roll for your performance, please.
Ooh.
That is a 13, so 20.
He can perform.
Okay.
He's got the groove.
Right now, the guard doesn't appear to be looking at Svieta.
Okay.
Do you want to try again?
Yes.
Okay.
Still with advantage. Get out of here. Stupid dice.
Done with you.
22.
22. Okay.
Nice.
You're sifting through, and your hand comes across something solid. You pull it out, and
Please
there
be a
is
hand.
a 20% chance that this is part of finger bone. There is a 20% chance that this is like a femur, or some other large bone. 20% chance this is somewhere on the foot. A 20% chance that this is a neck bone. Or, finally, a 20% chance it could be part of a skull.
Oh.
Ooh.
So that, in that order going up.
1% chance it's a pee-pee.
He's a raccoon. He's got a penis bone.
The pee-pee was sadly lost in the flames.
So that goes hand, pelvis, foot, vertebrae, skull.
And that's what it's all about.
All right. So
Sorry.
you reach in
Yep.
and you pull out an intact index finger.
Yes.
Like the bone. All the flesh has been like melted away, but it's like it's connected still by enough sinew to still be together. And it's like an index finger.
Perfect. Awesome. I put it in my pocket.
Okay.
Can I feel around for like anything like a wizard might have.
So you're going to do another search?
Yeah, like wizard trinkets.
Another performance check then from Carnelian.
One more and then I'll go. Quick.
19.
On the die, yeah?
No, it was 12. Plus
okay.
7.
It looks like the guard still hasn't looked away, although it looks like they might be getting ready to step back into the alley.
Okay, but it doesn't look like they're stepping back in the alley
Yet.
in a way that they're like, oh, I'm going to get someone.
No, but it looks like they've been looking at the performance and they're about to step back where they were.
What's this clown doing? Okay, back we go.
Yeah. Make a perception check.
Perceive.
Ah, now 20.
Oh, there you bloody go.
26.
That 20, that means you find a very rare, I think.
Yeah.
So
Find a Charlotte on him. Shit.
you are sifting through the remains, the ash remains of this wizard. And you remember that when you saw him coming into the execution, he was tied up naked, like virtually naked, maybe just a loincloth and that's it. Bald head, like he looked like he had no amulets, no rings, nothing like that. You're sifting around and your hand pulls back something solid and you pull back a gold tooth.
Ooh.
It's a little one, not a big one, but it's a gold tooth.
I wonder if Horacio knows dentistry. Put it in.
Don't make me laugh.
Alright,
Dentistry's a joke.
I'm gonna like half-heartedly like brush the dust off my hands, but like just leave it on there and slink away
Alright.
as best
Roll
I
me
can.
one more stealth check. As the guard steps back into his little corner.
Oh, when you say he's stepping back, you mean he's going back to where he was and now he's not as fully engaged in looking at what Carnelian is doing. Okay.
Yes.
All right, I'll keep
Sorry
an
if
eye
I
on
did
it.
not make that clear.
No. You were indicating and I just didn't pick it up. Okay, I'm still keeping an eye, but yeah, just keeping an eye for now. And if he does start to look at Svieta, I would like to... I'll probably cast light on my own robes.
Okay.
Pretend I'm a madman.
All right. So this is going to be a straight perception versus stealth. If I beat you now at this part, you've distracted him for long enough. If you beat him coming out, you get away scot-free. If I beat you, he'll catch you on the way out.
Okay.
All right.
15.
17.
She.
So, as he starts stepping back into the alleyway, you see Horacio, the guard, look up to where Svieta is, and you can see that she was just caught midway between two alley points. And there's like a light that gets cast on her. And you see him about to yell out.
Okay, so in that instant, I drop light on my robes. I pull out my new little book with Kellamvor.
Right.
And then I hold it in one hand and outstretch the other hand and start crying out, "The power of Kellamvor be with you! Listen and feel and be judged. We will all be judged."
All right. So you're yelling this out. Is there any other special things? So you cast light on the robes.
Yep.
Okay.
Kellamvor illuminates me.
I want you to roll. Well, I'll give you a choice. You could do a performance check. You could do a persuasion check. Or if you could convince me of another check, I'll let you do it.
I'll say, Kellamvor judges all on the moment of death. His judgment is absolute, and his religion is one worthy of following. And I'm trying to lean towards a religion.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I could be convinced. Okay. Do you roll a religion check? I'll do a religion versus my insight check.
All right. White dice because, religion equals white. And,
This dragon skull dice has been rolling pretty well.
Put it in the bin.
No, you gave it to me.
19.
Okay, so what happens is you see him look towards where Svieta is, and as you draw yourself up and make your presence known, his head snaps around and starts looking at you, and you see him mouth the word, "What the fuck?"
You, sir, are you ready for judgment?
And he just looks from side to side, and he's like, "No, not me. No.
Your time is predetermined.
No, look, I'm really busy. I'm not interested.
Take this pamphlet.
No, don't have my book. They have more of these books at the library. I implore you to have a look.
No. Look, I actually follow a different deity, and look, I don't think I can have another one.
Judgment.
No, and you see him like backing away back down the alley. All right.
With the distraction that's been caused, I'll turn into a rat and like scurry over,
Okay.
and I'll like climb up.
So
Horatius.
you've got a rat.
I was gonna say,
Where?
Horatio.
yeah, like Horatio's pant, like.
Do you see the rat? It's on you. Quick, get it.
Disgusting. Get on me.
All right. So
I know it's you.
Squeak.
quick, kill it. He raises his crossbow.
Oh my god.
No,
Good sir, I implore you to reconsider.
I'm going to consider that a success. I would like to give inspiration there to Horatio.
That was really good.
That was really, really
Nice.
good. I think everyone, I
you.
liked everyone's little contributions to that, but I think that last minute one was probably what saved it there. So you can mark inspiration on your sheet.
Well, I mean, rock solid performances from
From everyone.
Mr. Carnelian.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Carnelian's performances.
And some 20s over there.
Yeah.
Hello.
Feels good.
I do like the in the moment thinking. You then, I'm going to say, make your way back towards the White Lady.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm still clinging to pants.
What did you get? Svet?
Mm.
What you get, Svet? Oh, you're still a cat.
Rat.
You're a rat.
Thought I might change it up a bit.
Rat.
That? Wait, no, you can't fly yet.
Not yet. I can swim.
Here.
Knucklehead trout.
Oh.
Flopping its way across the courtyard.
I am familiar with them.
Fish in Tim's pants.
Oh,
I mean Horatio's pants.
I'll put the Svet rat in my robes.
Svet rat.
I'll wait until we're like somewhere safe.
Yes, I was going to ask. When do you intend to go back?
So I'm going to say that you can get to the White Lady in that time, Sveta. If you want to change back, you can.
Just when you're ready, just nip me on the nip. That's where my pockets are, you see.
You'll feel a delightful pain when we enter the room.
Okay,
Oh, I
thanks.
see. Okay, you make your way back to the White Lady. You've got some stuff in tow. Is there anything else you'd like to do before the séance?
Yeah, I'll produce
Not a short
the
rest.
right. I'll produce the finger and the gold tooth. You can have this. You seem to be not very liquid at the moment. Might help.
Well, you're not wrong. I mean, perhaps we could sell it and put the proceeds towards our own equipment, or towards the group. I don't
Okay.
particularly need a lot of money myself. I used to enjoy a life of relative comfort. So, yeah.
Well, that's fair. I also, and I'll show my hands, and I'll be like, I have the dust of a dead man on my hands. Maybe you have a vial I can brush it into.
I absolutely do. Yes.
Of course, he says,
Let me
not
just-
looking at his character sheet item inventory.
Scroll.
All right.
Or an empty salve container.
Yes, well, I can only take 9 then.
Okay.
Not sure if I'm ready for this commitment.
Sorry.
No, I've got
Got a Ziploc. Got a Ziploc bag
I
somewhere.
got a little
Yeah,
baggie.
yeah.
Well, just a little bottle, maybe a leftover one, and I can just buy another salve. I think am I on max salves?
You're either at max or 9. I can't
No, I'm at max.
Actually, I have a vial because I got a herbalism kit. I'll just
go.
sprinkle it in there.
Okay.
Salt it in.
I am very curious to learn why you were keeping that.
It might come in handy.
Powder of a dead man.
Yeah,
Powder of a dead wizard.
even better.
Could
He
be.
was a wizard.
Well, I don't know. It seemed like a seance-y kind of thing. Or could be tasty.
As far as potential seances things go, I mean, it sounds pretty appropriate. So maybe our good friend Ronaldo will know a thing or two about items that would be useful.
I mean,
So.
You'd hope so.
wouldn't that just mostly be
I mean-
charcoal? He was like burned at a stake and surrounded by like bundles of sticks.
Look, Carnelian, I'm not the doctor here, okay?
If you may, Svet, I can inspect the ash and tell you if it is actually from a human.
How?
It did be
Not for
pinky
nothing.
in it.
I was curious about that too.
because I am a physician.
Yep. A magical physician.
That is definitely corpse dust.
I'm a
You're
monk
gonna-
physician.
You're gonna pull a microscope out of
Yeah,
your
but-
backpack and
You just hear him from the side, enhance.
I just pull out thin little strips of paper and a little dropper and...
Yep.
Yeah.
That's human.
We're gonna walk in the lab, and there's Horacio just working with these spinning vials and a centrifuge, and he's just like, yes, we can say with certainty this was the Red Wizard.
No,
Yes.
it'd be like just one of those pH tests that you put in like a fish tank. You're like, yes.
Yes, wizard.
Litmus. Classic. Let me pull out my litmus
The
kit.
dice turned red. It's a wizard.
Must be a wizard.
Really, the only thing Horatio has to do is just roll this one dice for a medicine check.
Roll it.
Oh, yeah.
Sure.
I'm a physician.
This will work.
I'm a goddamn physician. 4 plus 5 is 9. I'm a goddamn physician.
I mean, it could be the ash from someone's remains. It also, as Carnelian probably pointed out, it could just be charcoal from the wood. It's hard to tell.
It's hard to say, Svieta. I'm sorry. The fire was clearly very hot and
Thank you for
it's all
trying.
ash. What
That's
can I
okay.
say?
Well, I appreciate you trying anyway. I'll still keep it. But I have this finger.
Oh,
Maybe I might get more
that's much.
fingers.
At least we got something.
All right. The night wears on. And Horatio, are you heading early to Ronaldo's room?
Yeah, I'll go down a little earlier from what I reckon is 40 minutes ahead.
Roughly 40. By your watch that you clearly have. What? Are you doing anything special, or are you just appearing with...
I'll just come in with like a little secondary little bag I've brought along with me. It's got my block of incense in it and my censer. I'll bring the tinderbox along too to get it going.
Okay. You approach the door, and after you knock, the door opens slowly, and you see Ronaldo's little face around about waist height peering out. Oh, come in, quickly.
Quickly enter.
All right. And you see that the room is laid out, like the bed has been pushed up on its side and in the corner of the room, and there's much space as possible has been made in the middle here.
Man, this guy's legit.
You can see there already on the floor, there are already a couple of bits, like a couple of pieces of incense that are unlit, but not a lot. So he's extremely excited to see that you've brought all that incense with him. You can see then he's already started to decorate the room in these sort of like long silk hanging cloths, bolts of thread and whatnot, trying to make the room as sort of mystical as possible with bright colors and like keeping the lights down low as well. So like any of the burning candles he's got like set to low. Any lanterns he's got the shades mostly down. So he's like obviously trying to keep a mood. He's like, all right. Well, you're the cleric. Okay, you can help me here. And over the course of the next 20 minutes or so, you guys get all your incense out. You've got the censer. He gets you to put it up somewhere if you're not going to use it yourself. And generally just gets you to help him setting it up for something.
Question. Do I notice any religious symbols in the room?
Roll me a religion check.
Oh, man. Callan does not want to give me his grace. Another 3 on the dice, so 7.
You see there's a number of symbols around the place, but you don't recognize any of them.
What's that symbol mean, Ronaldo?
And you point to one of the symbols like, when I was in Tourmaline, there was this cave nearby the city, and it was said that it was inhabited by some witch. And I went there, and this was one of the symbols that was on the wall. I think there's been a bit of graffiti, to be fair, but this is one of the ones I pulled out of there.
So it's a witch symbol.
Well, I think it's a magical symbol. I'd like to think it is.
Okay, well, I'm curious to see what it does, if anything.
And that's one of the many symbols. Like, he's got a few around the place.
Okay. I won't go through them all.
Yeah, so if you go through, like, if you, just in the quick version, if you point out a few of them, he has, like, a little backstory for where he found out. Some of them from a book, some of them from places he's traveled to. One of them was drunk at a bar with a cleric that told him about one. But you don't recognize any of them.
Okay.
At about 20 minutes on to midnight, there's a light knock at the door, and Ronaldo lets a couple of people in. There are other guests that you've seen already tonight, and I'm guessing that you guys will arrive roughly around the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So by this point, he started to start the incense burning. He started to get things nice and all set up, and people are already starting to sit in the middle of the room, like in a circle. And they all look like they're sort of nervously talking and giggling, and it almost gives you that instant, like that feeling, like some of the guests give you that feeling of like, you know, when you were in maybe high school or something like that, when you were like doing this kind of thing where you didn't really think it was going to work, but it's just sort of like a little bit of harmless fun. That's sort of the energy you're getting from some of these people. But Ronaldo is clearly very excited. You can see him running around to little bits and pieces around the room and getting himself ready.
Well, Ronaldo, I think I've filled up the censer with an appropriate number of sprigs.
All right, okay. All right, everyone get ready. It's nearly time.
Tinder's ready. Do I swipe right or left?
And swipe right, then swipe left, then swipe right 2 more times.
Okay. Right, left, right.
Right.
And then it lights up. and then swinging the chain of the sensor.
Eventually, everyone gets into this circle, and you can see that he's taken some chalk, and he's put a rough, like, just circled, like, in the middle of the room. There doesn't appear to be any sort of, like, real arcane symbology to it. It's just a circle with a couple of geometric shapes in the middle. And everyone sits down. Smoke from burning incense clouds the room. Multicolored lamps and silks are hung from the rafters, and light from several candles illuminate a circle of uncomfortable-looking guests sitting cross-legged on the floor. You can see that Ronaldo manages to get everyone quiet. Throughout this time, now that everyone settled down, he starts recounting some of the story that he told to you earlier today about the White Lady, particularly the part about the drowned husband and her grief afterwards, and her dedication to her husband that was so obvious to everyone that they could see that she would hang around even after her death. He's telling this story, and you can see a few people are just sort of like nervously looking from side to side, and you can see him almost expectedly then at the end of his story sort of call out, and he says, "O lady who watches the lake, come to us in our darkest hour. Tell us what you've seen." But nothing happens. So he pushes back the sleeves of his robe. He raises his hand and he closes his eyes, and you can see him take a huge breath. He goes, "Lady, watchers from the lake, come to us in our darkest hour. Tell us what you've seen." And after a moment of silence, the flames and candles about the room start to flicker. Unnaturally, they're not flickering in any kind of wind that you can see. And if you look around at the room, you can see where the windows are, and that looks out to the lake and looks out to the main road, start to frost up and form, turning them opaque. And then, very slowly, the candles start to go out, one by one. And you can see Ronaldo now, he's holding up his hands, and he's got his eyes closed, and he's like, and his breath, you can see it now. Even though it's starting to get darker and darker, you can see the breath of the cold air mixing in. Everyone starts to breathe a little bit heavier, and you can see like little plumes of their breath in the cold air, the suddenly cold air. Oh, I feel it. I can feel that she's close. And he turns to everyone. It's like, reach out to her yourselves. Say something. Do something. She's so close. And all of the other guests, they have now stopped their sort of giggling and murmuring, and they look like they're too scared to say anything. Do you guys do anything?
Wodun puts his hands out by his side in a similar way to Ronaldo and says, White Lady, the night is dark and we need your light.
Okay. Anyone else?
Sveta says nothing.
Okay, Sveta's silent.
How is she feeling? Has she got the heckles up? Hackles?
A little bit puffy. A little bit worried.
Oh,
No, sorry. Is there any like other than like candles blowing? Is there any other effects? Like, is there like a mist, or like has the lighting in the room changed?
So you're sitting there, and now all of the candles and lights have gone out. And streaming in through the windows, even though they've all fogged up so you can't see out of them anymore, all the windows have changed from this fogged up white to almost a sickly green color. And you are almost positive right now the aurora that Auril sets across the sky at midnight must be starting. And that light is just hitting the windows and giving it this ominous green effect. The air is getting colder and colder and starts to move in almost a circular pattern around the circle of people that are there.
Callan, I implore you, come forth and judge this lost soul fairly.
Okay?
Carnelian will say nothing.
Carnelian will say nothing. Okay. What we're going to do now is a group check. That means that the people that have reached out to the White Lady are going to make a persuasion check.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
As a group, so we need to have... And I'm going to roll for Ronaldo.
Do I just participate as well?
Yes, everyone who participated, but not Svieta, not Carnelian, because you didn't reach out. Everyone who participates, at least 2 of us need to beat the DC for this to work as a group check.
Okay. Is it persuasion?
Persuasion.
23.
23.
19.
19. I will tell you now, just to raise the curtain, Ronaldo rolled a natural 20.
Oh, damn, Ronaldo.
Shit.
Okay, so what happens is...
Big energy in the room.
The air in the room starts to swirl and swirl and swirl. And at the edges of the chalk circle that's been drawn on the floor, you can see almost it looks like something like white flame almost licking at the edges of the circle. But there's no heat coming from it. And it starts to swirl around the circle faster and faster and faster. And manifesting in the middle of the room is a woman floating there in front of you, all in white with a long white robe, and you can see there's a veil that's covering her face. You can't see any of the features, but the dress or the dress is all in white and long, and you can only sort of see her hands and arms are uncovered, and they're translucent, like you can see through them. You can hear like this sort of sound that almost sounds not like a scream, but just like as a high-pitched, almost a whistle or drawing out of breath, right? And you can see then Ronaldo then, he's finally opened his eyes, he's looking up. Oh, the White Lady! I knew it! I knew she'd be here! And as he's holding his hands out, the White Lady bends down to him. And you see her move to the side of his cheek, and it looks like she gives him a small kiss.
Uh-huh.
As she then starts fading and then compacting herself into Ronaldo's body. And you can see him open his mouth and go, oh, and his voice starts to get this like pitch that was a little bit unearthly. He says, I can feel her. She's working her way through me. If you have questions, you should ask them. Ask her what she knows. She will answer.
Svieta, quick throw of the finger.
Toss.
A finger gets tossed at Ronaldo. He's like, oh my God, what's going on? Are there any questions you would like to ask White Lady?
I'm not going to go first because my question's a big one.
All right,
Okay.
let's go around the table and start with Svieta.
I'll look up look down.
So now it's just this halfling, and you can see now he's floating just a little bit above the floor.
Still not at eye height.
Exactly.
He's been promoted from a small into a medium.
He's been promoted into a small into a hovering small.
Hello.
Hello.
Where exactly on the lake did you die?
On the lake. I died. On the lake. It was on the west side of the lake where my husband drowned. It's so deep, so cold. When he went overboard and sunk, there was no way to recover his body. I was so sad. I had to join him. He's so cold.
Thank you.
Okay. Is that all you'd like to ask?
No, I just want to make commentary. It was a little bit disturbing.
Wodun, is there anything you'd like to ask?
Oh, White Lady, where is my beef cliff?
Beef Cliff. Your weapon, kept close to heart, now far away. Taken by the unseen being. He holds it close, keeps a connection to you, so he knows where you are. Where it is always close to you, but always out of sight.
Single tear rolls down Wodun's face.
Beware! Those that would keep your weapon mean unimaginable harm and torture upon you. If they have their way, your life will turn into torment.
Goodness, Wodun, that's awful. We need to find beef cliff.
That's horrifying.
Carnelian.
Yes.
White Lady, do you know who or what has been kidnapping people across the 10 towns?
The people who've gone missing. Kinship of you, in one way or another. Your memories are clouded from yourself. You already know what's taken them, but you can't see it in your mind. Fear clouds that judgment. But perhaps here in East Haven, a shock of memory can bring it to the fore. Here in East Haven, the answer for you lies. Horatio.
White Lady. Does Auril have a physical presence in the 10 towns? Is it Zardarok? Is it located at Sunblight?
Auril's presence in the 10 towns and the Icewind Dale is very real. She takes many forms. She fled here to Icewind Dale from other gods she'd incurred their wrath. Here in 10 towns, she intends to make it everlasting winter. She covets beautiful things encased in ice, ever preserved, ever cold and frozen. Auril takes many forms, but you'll always know her when you see her. She does not hide. She conjures the everlasting winter across the sky with great spells. And those that are her acolyte, she grants power. And she grants her presence and blessing and favor. Here in the 10 towns, here in Icewind Dale, she makes her home where other gods have abandoned. Her presence here is strong because of it. But she is desperate. She is desperate to keep her realm, and she will fight any that would take that away. Beware if you intend to rob her of this. She will not go easy on you. And after answering all of your questions, you can see that Ronaldo now, his head is thrown back and his mouth is open. And he lets out a little bit of a high-pitched, almost like a wail that definitely sounds like it's his voice. And coming out of his mouth, you see that sort of white flame draw itself out and form itself into this beautiful white-dressed woman once again in front of you. The others that are sitting around in this circle now have backed away as far as they can to the walls. She looks down at all 4 of you, and you think you see a little bit through the veil, and she has this sad expression on her face. And you think you see a little bit of pity in her eyes as she starts to fade away.
Before she fades, I want to, as I start seeing this, as when she reapparates in front of us, I want to pull out my holy symbol and just quietly appeal to Callan to judge her fairly.
She begins to disappear, and suddenly then, as you make this appeal to Kalemvor, the room begins to fill with this sort of greyish light that seems to have been almost like the room has just gotten lighter all of a sudden. And you can see her looking at you, and a single tear forms as she starts to disappear. The frost on the windows starts to melt. The room comes up from its extremely low temperature, and you can see Ronaldo collapses to the floor, breathing hard.
May Callan judge you favourably.
As the room begins to return to normal, and everyone else in the room, you see a few people start to make for the door. We'll just have to find out what this means for all of you next week
that's fair.
on the reflex save.
Can we keep going?
Be nice.
We can keep going. Alright, I'm back now. Ask more questions.
So you're single?
Well, for the right person. Just 1 second.
Ronaldo.
The White Lady.
Sing me a song, Ronaldo.
Sorry, I'll go back a little bit.